Hello all, I'm Chris Stamper, co-founder and former CEO of Rareware. A lot of people on the internet remember Rare for its halcyon days working with Nintendo, creating some of the most critically acclaimed games for both the SNES and N64, and a large variety of nostalgia-inducing fun that defined your childhoods. Well, I'm here today to address where Rare has been since then. You see, Rare, as you knew it, is dead. And it's never coming back. In the 80s, my brother and I founded the company as Ultimate Play the Game. We had a little difficulty with personal computers at the time, until Nintendo showed off the NES. We saw the technological power of the NES and wanted to make games for it. Nintendo was so impressed with our early works like Battletoads and Wizards and Warriors that they bought 49% stake in our company, making us a second-party developer. This led to 7 glorious years of Donkey Kong Country, Killer Instinct, GoldenEye, Jet Force Gemini, Donkey Kong 64, Banjo-Kazooie, Perfect Dark, just to name a few. But as with all successes, there were downfalls. In the late 90s, much of our creative team left to join other development studios like Radical Design, now known as Crytek UK, and much of our creative expression was stifled as well. You see, despite the fact that the Nintendo 64 is hugely popular with adults today, it didn't sell nearly as many consoles as its predecessors, and Nintendo was vastly overshadowed by the much more popular PlayStation. This caused Nintendo to make radical changes to the last game we developed for them, Star Fox Adventures, or as it was originally titled, Dinosaur Planet. We had originally planned to release the game for the N64, but Nintendo needed to push their new console, the GameCube, so they forced us to rework the game entirely with better graphics and put Star Fox in the lead instead of Crystal. But it was that final game that led to our inevitable downfall, as Microsoft wanted our success more than Nintendo, and eventually bought us out in 2002. And since then, Rare has been a first-party developer for Microsoft and the Xbox consoles. This meant that we had to stop working on Donkey Kong Racing and instead work on Grabbed by the Ghoulies. Does anyone remember that game? No. No one wanted to buy a Rare game for a Microsoft console. Now don't get me wrong, losing a big chunk of our creative development team was bad. It was horrible. But working for Microsoft was worse. Seriously, my brother and I quit the company in 2007, only to be replaced by...
Hello everyone, Greg Miles here, current creative director for Rare.
him.
Look, I know people didn't want to buy Rare titles after Microsoft took over, but that's fine. All we have to do is remind people of how cool Rare used to be.
Couldn't you just make cool games now instead of relying on the nostalgia of the past?
How about we go back to our roots? What about a brand new Banjo-Kazooie game? We'll make it look just like the original, but with updated graphics.
Or you'll make a game where you build Lego cars and race them.
Hey, kids like creativity toys, alright? Just look at Minecraft.
1, Minecraft wouldn't be a thing for another 2 years. And 2, if you're going to make a game based on an existing franchise, why change everything about the gameplay?
Because it'll sell better?
But it didn't!
That's fine. Kids are more into the sports games and motion controls nowadays. That's why Rare decided to shift entirely to focusing on Kinect games in 2010. It's a very rich canvas.
That's great! And how did it turn out for you?
I mean, Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort sold super well, so why wouldn't Kinect Sports do the same thing?
And how did it turn out?
Come on, it's not like the Kinect is a giant gimmicky piece of hardware that Microsoft itself would stray away from after just a few years.
How did it sell?
It sold okay, but not great, alright? What do you want from me?
This is your problem, New Rare. You keep trying to make the games that you think will sell, as opposed to the games you want to make. We made an adventure game like the old Rare titles, but because it wasn't attached to Nintendo, nobody cared. You tried to recapture Banjo-Kazooie, the only franchise not licensed to Nintendo, but changed too much about the gameplay, and it was panned by the fans. And then, you spent all your time making games for a hardware gimmick that ultimately nobody cared about. I mean, what's next? Are you gonna make a compilation of all of our commercially successful games? You can't have any of the Donkey Kong games. Nintendo won't allow it.
Could we at least put GoldenEye 007 on there?
Do you think MGM Studios would license that?
No.
So, Rare's pretty much dead. But if you want to play some new games that still have the spirit of the original titles, there are a few roaming around. Retro Studios has taken up the mantle of the Donkey Kong Country franchise with 2 new games that successfully recapture the spirit of our old SNES titles. There's also a group of old Rare developers who are creating a spiritual successor to Banjo-Kazooie called Yooka-Laylee, which plays more like the old N64 titles and not the Xbox 360 game.
Hey, we've got an original IP that we're working on, alright? It's called Sea of Thieves. It's a pirate game.
Really? Well, that sounds interesting. What kind of game is it?
It's an action-adventure MMO with user-generated content?
Do you have any imagination left?
Now, fuck you. Rare. Playing off our nostalgia is the only thing keeping us going.
It's true.
So what exactly do you do nowadays?
Actually, I recently became the director of the game company Fortune Fish.
What do they make?
Mobile games.
Yikes.
Yeah, the gaming market's not great right now.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe on this video.
And please make sure to share it on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Reddit.
You should also check out twitch.tv/gamingwildlife as we do streams on a regular basis now.
And check out Gaming Wildlife Plays for more of our Let's Play series. Would you like to take any more from my, history for your nostalgia fix?
No, I'm pretty sure we made all the money we wanted off of that. Rare Replay was pretty successful, actually. We made a shit ton of money off of your old games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Donkey Kong Country 2 is the best Donkey Kong Country game ever. I mean, it's the best Donkey Kong game ever.
Yeah, it would have been nice if we could actually get that from Nintendo, but no, Nintendo's not going to work with Microsoft and all that shit.
Nope.
Punch it right in the gavel! You fucking what, mate? I'll punch you in the
Oi!
gavel.
Oh, you bloody wanker! You see, Rare, this is the problem with you. You keep making the games you think will sell as opposed to the games you want to make. I